Okay. So I have been using DIY, my DIY page that I started a few weeks ago, as our training tool. And we do have some great questions, and I'm going to try to answer them throughout our training. I do record this and put it on my YouTube channel so you can come back and watch it later. I was trying to edit, but there was so much stuff to be edited out, and then I was afraid that I might be editing something out that someone could use potentially from a question. So I just put the whole thing up there. So if we run 3 hours, I put the 3 hours out there. Last week it was more of a Q&A session because I was having some issues with some virus that I had got. So it was really short, but it's out there now. And there was some really good questions. We got some good questions now. One of them is adding pages to how do you add a new page and how do you get new vendors or new advertising. We'll be going over that. Getting stuff from ClickBank. ClickBank is real. They're not tricky, but they have a lot of stuff in there to use that you can utilize. The thing with ClickBank is because a lot of them are independent companies, they'll be gone for a little bit and come back once they get stuff together. They could be editing or changing whatever they're promoting. Some of them might just run out of money and then come back when they get more backing or more financial assistance to promote their product. So it could be several different reasons why one week you'll come in there and find a product, the next week you'll come back and it's not there. The Alice in Wonderland 101 quotes, it comes and goes so often. I think Roy just finally put it as not available. But you can always check to see if it's there. But we'll be going over how to use ClickBank. How to get a Facebook business. I'll show you how to do that. It's really simple. Priscilla did a great webinar on that. I think Paul uploaded it to the business or the blogging classes link that he has on his webpage from Priscilla. She did it about a month ago, I think, that shows you how to do that, but we'll go over it too. And how to do bulk email from your Response Magic. That's very simple to do too. It's just a matter of making sure you know the right tabs to hit. So this is my DIY page. I finally finished all of my content that I want to put in it. My focus keyword is going to be DIY projects. When I looked at it earlier, I actually added a couple more paragraphs in here, a couple more titles. I was green. Don't know for sure if it still is because I was still editing when I started. So let's see if I'm still green. Some great ideas. I told my husband we'll be visiting Lowe's and Home Depot quite often this summer for some of these great ideas that I have come across. People sent me. So let's see. Yep. So I'm still green, which is wonderful. So let's see if there's any red. See, passive transition, always going to be an issue. I'm just a little bit over. That's fine. Here, it should be at least 30. I have 23. That's fine. It's orange. So I'm good. I'll probably end up fixing that later. So your DIY, my focus keyword is DIY. And see right here, and because I'm not finished, it says I don't have any internal links. So we're going to fix that. My key phrase density is too low, which means I don't have DIY project, which is this right here, enough times in my information. So it's saying that. I don't have any image attributes, which means I don't have anything in my pictures. So that's going to be changing as I go through and edit. And it's telling me my SEO title is too short. That's fine. I don't want it any longer. It'll change, actually if I change that, then I'll have to change so many other things. I don't want to change that. So the first thing I'm going to do is, since I have all of my writing done, we're going to come down here and we're going to do our edit our snippet. And your SEO title, Mine is orange, which is telling me it's too short, which is fine. So I'm going to come in here and actually type my title. So we're going to come here. All right. Why does it freeze? There we go. So I'm going to put my title back in, which is always your slug. If you change your slug, it changes your whole information. So you never want to change your slug. All right, so DIY projects. All right, my meta description is DIY projects are a great way to show your personality. So I just put a little information in there. This is what shows up in Google. If you ever go to look at Google, it always has a description at the bottom of your website name or your page name. This is your meta description. If you don't put anything in there, Google will choose it for you, and it may not always be what you want to represent for your page. So you always want to type something in there. You always want to make sure it goes all the way to green. If it's orange, change it. No, you don't have to worry. If you put a period and it changed it from green to orange, take the period out. Punctuation is not that big of a deal on this meta description. So once you have those done, then you can just hit close your editor. And so now your snippet's there. So this is how it will show up in Google. It will actually show the name, your web page, and your description that you just typed in, which is exactly what you want. So now we're going to go back up here. So let me get rid of this. And I'm strongly suggesting everyone to really use your Google Calendar. You need to use your Google Calendar, especially those of you that are instructors or training instructors. Get that calendar. You see, I've already got mine scheduled for the first, this was last week, so I had a busy week. Next week, I will be sitting down tomorrow to map my calendar out for the following week. So you want to make sure that you are utilizing your calendar so that you can stay on track and really grow your business.
Sheila?
Uh-huh.
If I could just ask a question about the calendar. Uh-huh. How do you get it to send audible alerts?
Okay. When you go to your calendar, we're going to do, we'll just start for next week. So right here, like I have put in the time, we'll just use one for tomorrow. So I'm going to pick a time right here. And if I want it at 1 o'clock, say I don't want it at 1 o'clock, I want it to 1:30, I can just come here, click 1:30. I want it to run till 3, change it to 3. And I'm going to put schedule calendar. All right. And then I'm going to hit save. Okay. And then you can go here and, if you click back on it, it gives you a little editor. And when the editor comes up, then you can sit here. It automatically gives you a 30-minute notification. So if you want to add a notification, say, hey, I need to know at least a day in advance. You'd come over here and click hours, days, weeks. And then once you do that, since I want to do minutes, I'm going to come here to minutes. And I want to tell it, hey, I need it to do at least 15 minutes prior. If I want to add another one, say this is for a new training. I had someone that said they were going on vacation next week, but we have a standard meeting. So I would come here and I would put days, and I would put in, hey, I want to, do it 2 days prior, and you just change it. And as soon as you change all that information, then you just come here and you hit save, and then it will alert you, either however you have it set up. I have my Google Calendar on my phone, so it alerts me on my phone. Plus, I also get an email alert saying that I have, this going on. So you want to make sure that you have access to all of that. If something changes and say, hey, I'm really not going to do that, then you just hit delete. It'll ask you for verification to delete it. And that's all you have to do. You can sit here where you can say, if you want to send an email or verification to the person that you're scheduling it with, you can actually shoot them an email to remind them that, hey, we have a meeting here, and it will alert them on the same schedule. Okay. So,
but will it beep at me? Will it?
Depending on how you set it up. Most of the time, however you have your email alerts, mine is a little ping. So I'll get a ping that's, you know, and I'll look at my phone. It's like, oh yeah, there's an email. With same thing with on my phone, it's just a little, whatever your noise or your sound that you have set up for notifications, that's what you would hear.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you just go in and set up in your phone settings, you know, where it says notifications. You can do email, you can do calendar, and you can set up a different tone for that so that you know, hey, that's a calendar, something I need on my calendar. So just play with your phone and see what your notifications are, and then just put a tone in there, and it will, that way you'll know exactly what it's for.
Okay, thank you.
So since we are having, ClickBank seems to be the biggest thing people are looking for, I'm going to pull up my ClickBank. And ClickBank is full of DIY stuff. So we're going to go in there, and there was one thing in particular I wanted to do for ClickBank as soon as it pulls up. Here we go. Marketplace. Okay, so here in my ClickBank, I mean, in my projects, I actually have a wine or how to make your own beer or your own beverages. And I know that is in ClickBank. And this is a great little thing I saw on YouTube on a beverage dispenser. Here's a recipe, oh, not the recipe, but here's the things you need to make it. But here, you know, I want to put in here, make your own, you know, wine or, you know, beer, whatever. As soon as my page catches up with me. All right. All right, so great place to start. So that's just my little note. So then I'm gonna come back up here, and I'm gonna put see, here's one, beer brewing. I don't want anything about tobacco. See what else they have. Okay, so we can do that one. Make your own beer. So when you come here and you find what you're looking for, or something close to it, if you don't like that one, then you can do wine or beverages. Let's see, here's one to start a hoop, however you say that. This isn't giving me 5-star Indian recipes. I can use that for cooking. Cozy meals, that'll be a good one for my recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the one for beer. And I'm just gonna type in beer. And there it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use this. You're gonna click on promote, okay? And it's gonna open up a different window. And there's a few things it gives you here. In your generator, your Hoplick generator, you always want to make sure it's got your login name, which is your nickname. Mine's Mama Chief 1. Whatever you've signed up with ClickBank, you want to make sure that's here. Now, if you really want to figure out, you know, exactly which one of your links are getting traffic, then you can put a tracking ID here if you want to. I'm not that anal. I don't really care, you know, to know which one. As long as I'm getting traffic, that's fine with me. I leave this blank. Some people actually put something in here If you wanted to, you say, you know, this is beer, you can actually use the word beer so that you know your beer link's getting traffic. If you don't want to do anything, if that's just a little bit more than you want to do, which for me it is, I got enough to keep up with. I don't need to keep up with my links too. I leave it blank. So then what you do is you're going to hit generate your hop links, and then that's going to give you your code. Here's your code right here from the HTTPS all the way to the hash mark or dash, and then you're going to copy, and then you can just close this out. And then I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to go right here where it says, here's a great place to start. And I want to put a button here. So I'm going to come down to my layout elements, and I'm going to click button. And my add text, I'm going to put here. Oh, come on. I think my grandson just cut on his iPad. Okay. So once this comes up, I'm going to click on this. First, I'm going to paste my URL. And on my button, I want to add my text. And here my text is going to be and I'm just going to put beer making here. All right. Well, that ain't where I want it. I don't know what's going on with this right here. It's messing up my computer. Come on. It really wants y'all to see that video. All right, and then I'm just going to click apply, and it's going to apply this link to that tab in just a second. All right, come on. All right, so, and then if you want to change this, you can actually change this background. I want to change it to red. Actually, I want to change it to a different color red. I want a deep red. There we go. All right. So there's that. And then once I click off of that, then my link's going to show up on that button. All right. Somebody just unmuted. Can you please mute yourself unless you have a question? I'm recording. Thank you.
Sheila?
Yes.
This is Tina. I just have a quick question. It's a little off topic. Is there a way to do a picture, like 2 pictures with texting in the middle, in between?
There is. You just have to play around with it. If you use the text and media button, you can play around with it. And then what you would have to do is do an image by itself and then center that image. Or move the image to the left and right, and then you have to play with the 2 blocks to get them side by side. Okay. So it's more or less manipulating 2 blocks, but there's no format to do that just at one time. So you would basically.
Because I was doing it the way you just mentioned, but I didn't know if there was an easier way to do it.
Yep, and there's not, and like I said, they're still playing around with this new update for the WordPress, so it could be coming. But
Okay.
for now, you would just have to play around with your blocks and manipulate it the way you want it.
Okay. Now, what is the PHP update then?
The PHP, if you have that on your system, get with your instructor. It needs to go to technical. That is a security system update that's they need to go in and actually work in the code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's with Matt, but I just wasn't sure what that exactly was.
Yep, and that's just a security. We don't. It's updated, but because it is security, it has to go directly into the coding of the WordPress. For some reason, it jumped out, so I don't know if there's a problem with the code itself. But Matt has to fix it. Once they are aware of that it is showing up, so more than likely WordPress is going to fix it so that when it updates, it automatically goes to where it needs to go. But for right now, there's a hang up and it's showing up outside the coding, which it shouldn't do. So if you have that PHP after you update, get with your instructor and say, hey, this needs to go to technical so he can fix it.
Yep. And like I said, Matt does have it. Now, could that kind of slow your web page down?
It can do a whole bunch of stuff depending on what it's for.
Okay, because I'm trying to update a page and it's not saving it and it's not letting me do certain things.
Yeah, and it could be that, and it could be that you need to empty your cookies, clean out your computer, make sure there's not something in there that's hindering it. You might be running out of space. So always, at the end of the day, I usually do mine about once a week. Go in and run in a cleaner. If you have one, CC cleaner is a good one to run. It'll get rid of any unused things that you're not using and clean up some space in your computer.
Okay.
So, and it could be that your cookies or you got something running that is hindering it also. So, it could be of various different reasons that it's doing it.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. So there is, so that's one link that we pulled. And if I want to come in, and it actually put it in the wrong spot. So I'm going to move this. This is great. So you see these little cursors right here? You can move these up and down. This is to move your block. So if you want to move your block, which is what I want to do, I want to move this block up one. So we're going to hit this, move it up. And so now it moves it right where I wanted it to be. And so now my block's where I want it. Up underneath my video and not here in this paragraph. So now I want to add some links maybe for that same one. So let's go right here and let's highlight alcohol. I don't know why, Mike, all right, so now we're going to highlight alcohol, and I want to create a new link. So I'm going to click this word link. Well, no, I don't want to do it there. Hold on just a minute. I'm training and recording it. I can't, it loses my internet. Okay. Oh, I'm back. So we'll do that one's fine. The reason I don't want to change or add a link here to my colored ones is because of the WordPress has not yet fixed it to where the links can be color coded. If I change or put a link here, it will turn it blue, and I don't want that blue. So we're going to leave everything as it is. And then I'm going to come down here and I want to go back to here and I want to do sewing. And let's see what we can find for sewing. All right, I don't want sewing machine. Here's a great one. How to make a 1920s flapper dress in 1 hour. We can do that. Let's see, crochet made easy. There's a great one. T-shirt company. Home decorating made easy. That's a good one. I want to use that one. So we're going to come here and we're going to hit promote. All right, and I'm just going to come here and hit generate my hot link. I'm going to copy my code. I'm going to come back to my page. And I'm going to go to my sewing. And and I'm going to do your creations around your home, and I'm going to link that phrase. Paste. I'm going to come here, I'm going to open it in a new tab and apply. Okay, so there is my link there. I want to go back and grab that one for crocheting and use it also. Where was it at? Right here. Link. Copy. Back to my page. And I am going to actually do this whole phrase. Click your three dots, always open in a new tab, and hit your apply button. So those are ones I'm going to use from ClickBank on my information. So let's go here and see if I can find one on jewelry. And see what we can find on jewelry making. No. Fork jewelry. No. So it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of stuff that I want to use for jewelry making. Nope, so they don't have what I'm looking for. So I won't be using that for jewelry making. So we'll do something else. So let's see, what else do I have? Okay, I know what else I want to do. Here's home projects. So let's go here to furniture. Reupholstery course. Here's something right here. I actually have a reupholstery, so I'm going to get that one. Generate my link. Copy. And let's come back to my page and go to my right here. Right here, you could reupholster it. And let's click on the link, paste, open it in a new tab, and apply. So now I've used that link. They can start and learn how to reupholster their furniture. Quick and easy. Outdoor fun. I need to, you see, I use this as a classic block. So I need to convert it. All right, see, it's auto saving, so it won't let me do anything. So whenever you're clicking on something and it won't let you do anything, look and make sure it's not doing an auto save. It won't let you do anything until it's finished. All right, so then I'm gonna come here. I wanna convert this back to my blocks, and my color stays, which is wonderful. So now that's that. So I did my reupholstery. So I still wanna come back here, and I'm still looking for furniture. So, and again, the same thing. This is just like Google. Once you get past the first page, first 2 pages, you're not going to find what you're looking for, then change your search. But here's something I want to use right here. Landscaping ideas. Promote. Generate my link. And I'm going to come here and copy this. And I'm going to put it in my outdoor section that I was just in. And we're going to do right here, deck and patio. Oh, no. It's going to go here. Yeah, let's go here. All right, create my link. Open in a new tab. There we go. So now that's linked. So they can come in and look for landscaping ideas. This is a great idea. I don't know if any of y'all have any old tires laying around, but I do. And all they did was took some wicker rope, put a cover, mailed some plywood on top of it, covered it. This comes off and makes a storage, so you can store your outdoor equipment, lighting, things like this, or you can use these. These are actually used for outdoor seating. The place I got this off of, they had this arranged around a fire pit. It was beautiful. I was like, really? Now I know what to do with all those tires in my backyard, under my deck. So great ideas for DIY stuff. So what else do I need? Okay, so that's all I'm going to use off of ClickBank. So if anybody has any questions, there's a few things here. Let's see what we have. Yes, once you go to Classic and you convert it back to a block, you cannot return it back to Classic. So you always want to make sure if you're writing in your Classic block and you are completely finished, you got everything the way you want it before you convert it to blocks, because after that you can't do anything. Okay. I'll send that to you, Bruce. You should already have it. But I'll resend it to you. Yes, everything that I have here, Lewis, is part of your website. Your website is your own personal advertising tool. So you can come here and create anything you want to. That is your page. You know, you can come here, you can pull any kind of pages out, you can use any kind of advertising. I write about things that I like. I like creating stuff. I like DIY projects. I'm Native American, so I have a background in making my own jewelry, blankets, things like that. So you can write about things you know, and then incorporate everything that your training has. So your pages are you're going to be using your ClickBank, which is one of the marketing houses that you signed up for. CJ.com is another one. Brunette is another one. Like right here for the bath, relax. You want to come home, create a relaxing environment, with a few flowers and plants, candles, soft music. So what you can do is actually incorporate into this, your soaps from Brunette Marketing. You want to create a spa-like environment. You can actually come here and write a caption on this page, about, your Brunette Marketing, about your soaps. So different things. Let's see, so you can come here and put natural soaps, and then you can link, well, if I could spell, natural soaps, and then you could link. I can pull up my Brunette Marketing for my Soap Creek. So let's pull this up. And you can link your picture, and then that picture, when they click on that picture, it will go to your Soap Creek product. So there's several different ways you can use your website. Your website is not just for, just for RR training. Your website is for everything that you want to publish and market. You don't want to just, look at it as just a marketing tool. It's also your outlet, to find things that you like and things that you enjoy and make people aware of it, and link your products to it. You don't want to just go out there, and be strictly advertising, because your website will never get any recognition. You always want to make sure that you're relating to the public, giving people what they're looking for. And it may not always be exactly the same thing. That's why the internet is so unique. There's so much stuff out there for people to look for. And you just want to be a part of that. You want to make sure that your products and your website is the number one that comes up. That's what everybody's going to be flocking to. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to put this link. So now my picture is linked. So they can come here and they can see natural soaps. And, because here's a great, bath. They got their wine, their candles, their towels, their little soaps, creating a perfect, relaxing environment. So, and then I can link that. That's the only thing you can do with a gallery. There's not much more when you do a gallery pictures. And as you can see, all of my pictures are different. If I wanted to come here and say, hey, I want all my pictures to look the same, then you will come here and you would hit your crop images. Then all your pictures are identical. The formatting, the everything is exactly the same. The problem with doing that is you will lose some of your picture, what makes your picture stand out. Like this here, it just shows the lady. It doesn't show her and her husband. So you want to look at it from all aspects of it. Is it portraying what I want it to portray? These would be fine, but this one right here, I want him to see that this is couples relaxing. Here you missed the man. Men like to have a relaxing bath too. So you always want to make sure that all of your information is there, but it is an option for you. All right, so someone unmuted. Do you have a question?
Sheila, it's Tina.
Uh-huh.
So, like a lot of times if I do a gallery, the pictures just seem to be gigandas.
Okay.
So you would just click on that crop image.
You can do your crop. Yeah, you can do your crop image, but also if you have, like, this picture is really long.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go in and change this, I can. You just double click it. It will take you to a different section, and then you can change your statistics on your picture. And either make it smaller, bigger, however you want to do that. Also, what you could do is use your 3D paint that comes with most programs and change your images there, and then just save it back, and then it will stick. Yeah, but there's several different ways that you could do this. You can actually go to your edit here, it will actually ask you to edit your picture. You can click on the actual picture. It will pull up the statistics for that picture, and then you can change it there too, and then resave it. And then it will show up the way that you saved it.
So then you would just hit update gallery?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And the same thing.
I was doing it, but for some reason, I don't know what I was doing wrong where it wasn't saving the change.
Yeah, you have to make sure, because once you go into there, and same thing here, you can actually write a caption on this image. I did it straight on the on the site. Here you can actually, what I just did, write the caption and then come back later and link it. You can rearrange your pictures. Like, I know that's what I did when I first started with this one. Once I saw how it looked, I didn't like that big picture at the top because I had it at the top. So I moved it down. Even if I want to move it over again, I can just move this and have it as my last one, and then hit update my gallery, and it will update it. And there's my picture. It's the last one on there. So then everything is more symmetrical. And so that's how you can, go in and manipulate your gallery. If for whatever reason you just don't like the way it looks, you can say, okay, I want all of them the same. Then you can take that picture out totally altogether. Just hit the X. It removes the picture. And then you can do your crop images, and then everything will be symmetrical. So it just depends on how you want it to look.
Okay. Now, do you have to, over to the right where it says link to none, do you have to do that with every single picture or just once for the page?
No, this one is for the page. Most galleries, you don't want to link it because it doesn't give you the option to link it to a custom URL. And that's what you always want to do. Galleries, you can't link to custom URLs. It actually asked you to link to an attached page. You don't want to do that because it still doesn't give you the option to go to an attached page. If it did, then that's where you would do an internal link to your wine page if you were doing wine, or your coffee page, or whatever other page you want to send them to.
Gotcha.
This one doesn't give you that option. So here, when it says link to, you don't. But if you're doing individual pictures, you always want this link to be a custom URL, and then put the link below it where it asked you for the URL to the web page that you want it to go to, which is usually your offer page.
All right. Thank you. That's what I was wondering.
Yep. Okay.
Well, you can link the gallery by putting in the caption.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And then you can link it to whatever offer you want it to go to.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Let's see. We had another one. Yeah. There's different ones. I like to use 3D Editor, and I'll take care of that. Christy Moore. Christy, I don't have you linked with me, but if you will get with your instructor, they can send that to you. We all have access to it, and you'll be able to look at that. All of Paul's web classes have all of his webinars in there that he's done. He actually did the one today, which was an update again from the one he does Thursday. He does one on Thursday nights, and then he repeats it on Saturday morning. And then the one that is the better of the two, he posts that one. So you'll be able to see all that. But yeah, get with your instructor for anything that I'm talking about, unless it's exclusively for me. Then just ask your instructor to get it from me, and I will be more than happy to do that. All right, so does anyone have any questions about ClickBank before we move on? Put it in your chat, or just unmute yourself if you have a question, and we will answer it.
It's Constance, and you mentioned Paul, and if I can just stay on that, last week on the chat, we copied it, and Estelle gave us the, the point is that I can never get onto these things. So, I put in the HTTPS, and it says Paul's webinar URL, and I put that in. It clicks to unknown, and I have asked Charlene. So, but this was from last week, and I am trying to find it.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Yep, I'll send it.
Okay, I have it right here, but it doesn't seem to work. Okay, thank you.
Well, his URL now with Paul, you have to make sure you have the password, because it is password protected for the classes. So, and I think it did send that.
This was copied from last week. This Estelle didn't put the password here.
Oh, I'm not sure. So I will double check, but I will resend it to you.
All right. I'm sorry. It's just.
You're fine.
I'm just going over them.
We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sheila,
Uh-huh.
just a question about your DIY stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said you go out and you ask people to share their DIY projects with you. Now, how do you do that without copyright issues or them wanting to be part of your
Mm-mm.
website? Or I don't even
Every
know how to put it.
Yeah, without getting compensation. All
Mhm.
I did was I went on my Facebook page and I was like, okay, I'm writing because everybody knows what I do. Everybody on my Facebook knows what I do. And I just put an ad out there or a request on my Facebook. If you're in Facebook, you need to be on it every day. Not advertising. You still need to do, let people know who you are. Put stuff out there about yourself, just, what you're doing, just to let people know who you are so that when you do come up and put an ad out there, that they're not going, oh, well, I'm going to block her. All she's doing is putting ads out there. You want these people to get to know you. That doesn't mean that they have to know all your personal life. They don't need to know your children's name, your grandkids, stuff like that. That's what my business Facebook is. But I still put stuff out there. But on my personal web page, on my personal Facebook page, I put an article out there and I said, look, guys, I'm doing a DIY page on my website. Here's my website. Go have a look at it. See if you want to be associated with me. I need your projects. Send me your projects. And I've had people come in and or I'll see something like the other day I saw a lady, she put a recipe on there. And I sent it to her. I was like, hey, I'm doing a DIY page. She was part of one of the groups I'm at. I was like, hey, I'm an internet blogger. I'm doing a DIY page. Your recipe would go great with my recipe and wines. Can I use your recipe? And she's like, yes, great. I don't care. And she sent me, a link just for me where I could copy it and use it. So, that's how another way you can gain followers, you can gain readers, is you involve the people that you are associated with. Same thing with your Instagram. Do the same thing on Instagram. Hey, I'm doing a DIY project, or hey, I'm doing a wine program or meals program. I need new recipes, or I'm creating a recipe page on my web page. Send me your recipes. Can I use your recipes? You'll be surprised the amount of people be sending you stuff. And then you just pick and choose which ones you want to use, and you always tell them, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Here's my webpage. I'll let you know, when I send it out or when I'm updating it. You'll be one of the first to know, or I'll post it here when I'm done and you can read your recipe online. Always let them know, be involved with them. But it's a great tool to use to get information. Some of the stuff I just went online and looked for DIY projects, and just grab pictures that would go along with what I was doing. Same thing here with the bows. I made my own daughter's bows, hair bows. I make my own jewelry. So that's just coming from me. Same thing with furniture, like with this. Here's a great video on how to make bows, but I made my daughter her own bows. I got some still up in the attic. I just didn't feel like going up in the attic getting them. This jewelry right here, this is jewelry that I've made myself, but here's a video of the same stuff. So it's just different places you can get. If it is on the internet or on YouTube, it's free stuff you can use unless they have a copyright on it. And if it is, you won't be able to copy it, or it will have a watermark on it. So that's the only thing. But if it's out there on the internet, you can use it, and it's free for you to use. Unless it is encrypted or unless it has that watermark, then you cannot use it.
So when you do get, like, for instance, a recipe from someone and they've given you permission to use it, do you put it on your blog site and say, well, this is a recipe from Mary Jane?
If they want me to, because I'll ask them, do you want me to give you credit for it? And a lot of them will say, no, it's just a recipe I got from so-and-so and so-and-so. A lot of people don't want their name on there because then somebody they don't want to be, get hassled or whatever. Okay. But a lot of times, especially with recipes, they're handed down. So nobody has basically the capability of taking ownership of it. You do have some out there, because I know Jana, the one that gave me the one with the doors. I told her, I said, I'm going to put your name on there. And she's like, hey, that's fine. Where is it at? the very first one I did, this, no, that ain't it. Where's it at? This right here. I told her, I said, I'm going to use that on there. And if I would have used it by itself instead of in a gallery, I would have put her name on there, Compliments of Jana Vinke. But since I used it in a gallery, I don't have that option to put that in there. So, that's just an option you want to use. If you can ask them, hey, do you want credit for this? And if they say, yeah, you can put my name on there, then by all means, make sure you give credit where credit's due. But if they say, hey, no, I don't need to, you can just go ahead and use it, then no, you don't need to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, do we have any more questions about ClickBank? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to some of the issues. So we're going to go to some of the other things. I want to market some shoes. All right, so they got the shoes. They can go here and bling their shoes, but what if somebody says, well, I just want some new shoes? Well, I want to be able to give them some shoes. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to open up my CJ board. And I'm going to go to my links that I've been approved for. And I'm going to see who I have out there for shoes and who I want to promote for some shoes. So once that comes up, and I'm going to do the same thing. If you have not set up CJ, you need to get with the instructor and get that set up. It's a great, great place to get information. So I'm going to come here to my links. And it's going to pull up just my links. It's not going to pull up everything that they have. It's just going to pull up the links that I've been approved for or the companies that I've been approved to work with. And I'm going to go from there. And I have quite a bit, so it's going to take it a little bit to come up. I just got approval the other day for Crayola crayons. Do you believe it? And I was like, really? I don't even remember applying for them. So, but it's great. It's great to have people come up and just people you didn't even apply for. All of a sudden, they see that you're gaining traffic and gaining momentum in your website, and they want you to market with them. It's wonderful. So, so you see how many I have. So that's why it takes so long for mine to come up. And which is fine with me. That's just more that I can market. But since I have so many, I'm going to use my categories today. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on category. And I want to use, I guess we're going to have to look under clothing and apparel, because I don't see shoes. But I want it to, let's just type in our keyword for shoes then, because I don't want to have to go through all my clothing. I thought there was a category just for shoes. So we're going to type in for shoes. And I got 1,500 different things for shoes. So let's see who I want to use. All right, so I got Heartland America, which is footwear. I got Happy Feet, shoes and sandals for Birkenstock. That'll be a good one. We can use that. See how Born shoes. That's another one. Here's one, Chick Gal. Let's use that because that's actually a clothing store too. So once they click on that, if they don't see what they like, they can actually shop for clothes too. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to click Get My Code. And once my code comes up, I want to get my click URL, and I'm going to highlight it, copy it, and I'm going to come back here and bling those shoes. So I'm going to be right here. Just do my whole title. Paste, open in a new tab, and apply. See what happened? That means that I did not have it highlighted, so it just pasted it with the link outside of the box, like it was a header. So we're going to come back here, make sure it's highlighted and stays. Paste, open a new tab, and apply. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so now we got those shoes right there from Chick Gal, and they can actually probably see shoes similar to what's here in this video, which is great. So now we're going to come down here and see what else I have I want to get from CJ. Jewelry, yes. So we're going to come here, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to type in my keyword. I would use accessories, but it always pulls up automotive accessories, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh, I didn't clean this out. All right, so we're going to type in accessories is down at the bottom. So let's see what it pulls up for accessories. All right, so now we have Carol Pollock. She is a great Southwestern designer, Native American jewelry. So I always like to use her whenever I'm talking about jewelry. I'm going to click on her, and I'm going to put her actually up here where I'm talking about my heritage. All right, so right here, I'm just going to put Native American. I'm going to link that there and paste. So we're going to use that there. And then I'm going to come back and find some more jewelry that I want to put there. There is a company that does beads. That's what I want, beads. Because this is a DIY, so I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to type in the word beads. And I think I got Panda. Let's see. Panda Hall. There we go. Panda Hall is great. It's a DIY company for beads and jewelry making stuff. So we're going to hit click URL. And the reason I picked this one is because it's got a 50% off on it. So when people click on it, it's going to automatically go to that 50% off, give them the option to save money and buy. So we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to go to jewelry. All right, costume jewelry. And we're going to link that. And apply. Also, they have, I'm going to go, you see where I said I have diamonds and precious stones. I'm going to go here and pull out one of my diamond companies. And I'm going to come here and type in diamonds. I think I got Reed's Jeweler. Gabriel Jewelers. I can use him. Right. Here we go. Excuse me. So we're going to use this one. This one gives them a $200 off their first order. So I'm going to hit my click URL, copy, and we're going to come back here where it says diamonds and precious stones. We're going to click Add, open in a new tab, and apply. So that's how I did that one. And this one right here, bows, ribbons, and hair ties, I actually have a yarn company. I think it's Red Heart. So let's click in yarn, threads. Let's see. I think it's Red Heart. Yep, there we go. So now they can use this for their crochet. I don't want to do that one. Here we go. That looks good. Stripes. So let's grab this one. And I'm going to get my click URL. Copy. And let's go down here to I'm going to go here. Create family heirloom. We're going to put that one. Paste. And apply. So there's that. And then let's see. She can probably get ribbon and thread from there too instead of just okay. So so that's how I got those links there. So now I'm going to look at my page and I'm going to see if I have any holes. And a hole is where you have a lot of wording and nothing to break it up with. So here I still need to find something here for bows and ribbons. I'll come back. Let's see what I have in there. I got pet care. Here's my pet care. Great ideas. You know, they just got a box, put a lid on it, cut out some holes in it, put the dog's trays for their water and food, and then they got a tub, a regular Rubbermaid tub put down in the bottom to store their food. So now the dog can eat and drink right there. You got storage. You don't have to worry about animals getting in it, bugs. Right, simple. I love it. This is beds that people have made. They took an old drawer, put a pillow in it, put legs on it, and it's a cat bed. Same thing here. They took an old cabinet, took the excess drawers out, put a dog bed in it. Now they got a dog bed. His toys are stored here. Here's another one. They got an old cabinet, gutted the drawers out of it, and made a dog house, basically. Here's another one, a nightstand, little dog pillow inside there. Here's those tires again. They just took a tire, cleaned it out, wrapped some fur in there, cloth, put a dog pillow in there, and they got a dog bed. Great ideas. But I want to link my dog products here for my pet care. So I'm going to come back here to CJ, and I'm going to type in pet care. And we can come here and, why did it pull that up? All right, so let's change that. It's pulling up stuff I want. So let's type in pet. All right. So here we have some stuff. Right here, Revival Health is good. Best Vet Care. This is a great company right here. All kind of pet supplies and pet care treatments. 7% discount. Excuse me. All right, so I like that one. So we're going to click on here. I'm going to say click URL. Get my link. Copy. Come back here. All right, so We need to make sure they are as comfortable as we are. And I'm going to click on that, paste my link, open in a new tab, and there. So now I got my pet care products linked. Let's see, food. Let's see if we can find another one for food. There should be another one I want to use. And pets, for those of you that are looking for content, pet care right now is a hot commodity to be marketing. So you want to make sure that you get on these websites, CJ, ClickBank, and look for pet care. Start writing pages for those. Great traffic. Great traffic. Let's see. Budget Pet Care is another one. It's not Memorial Day. I want to look for one for food. And you always want to give people options. If you have more than one different product that you can market, by all means, try to use as many as you can to help, give them an option of what they can do. Always make sure it's appropriate within the season. All right, so this is more or less medicine, which is fine. We can do don't see. There we go. And Helpline. We can do this one. And then we're going to do our click URL. Copy. We're going to come here. And food and water. Nope. All right, right here, I'm going to do a caption. So I'm going to just put my caption. I'm going to put healthy pets. I'm going to link that. Paste. Open in a new tab. And apply. And then my actual picture, I need to come over here. In your picture, in your images, you want to make sure that your picture and images are linked to your pages also. So here it's going to be a DIY project. Is my alternative text. That way my pictures can be searched. I'm not going to do anything with the picture size. It's exactly the way I want it. My link settings, and this is where this is important. You always want to get your link settings. Your link to here is a custom URL. Let me get my page to come up. Okay, your custom URL. And then here, where do you want that page to link? I want it to link to my article that I just got it from, to my product. You always want it to open in a new tab. You don't need to worry about this stuff right here because this has to do with your coding. You're not worrying, you're not doing anything with your coding. And then this picture is linked. So whenever you have individual pictures, you always want to make sure that those pictures, that block information is complete. That you have your alternative text, which is always going to be your focus keyword or focus key phrase. You always want to make sure that your link settings is you have the custom URL clicked and that you have your link put in, and you always open it in a new tab. So that's where I'm going to put my pictures. For the most part, I'm going to say that this is completed. Except for one thing. Here, I want to do some flowers. flowers and plants. So let's come back up here, and I want to do flowers. So I'm going to go back to my keyword, and I'm going to type in flowers. And I'm going to give them the option to have a couple of places they can get some flowers from and plants. So we're just going to do bouquet, flower bouquets. So we're going to get this one. Copy. And flowers and plants. Okay, so now they can get their flowers there. Painting, reupholster, it's fine. And then outdoor fun. All right, so let's go back to ClickBank and let's see what we have for outdoor. So let's go down here to our categories and see what we have. Let's look what we have in home and garden. Go back up here and hit our search. Okay, here's a company that does lighting. So they can do individual lighting. I want to see if there's some outdoor things that we can get other than lighting. See, here's direct gardening. So here's where they can come and do some landscaping. So let's do this. I want to grab that. Copy. So I'm going to come here and and let's put a beautiful place. And I'm going to link that so they can look for some great landscaping ideas there. So now I have basically my information done. So here is what I've always said. Whenever you finish up a great article, for those that are in the anchor offers, you have wine and you have your weight loss coffee. Wine is our biggest #1 anchor offer. And if at all possible, you always want to link an internal link, which is going back into your web system. So I always try to finish up with anything that requires an effort or, a hard day of shopping. Here you just got finished doing your landscaping or you just got finished doing a DIY project. You're very proud of it. So I always say, something along this line. You want to enjoy a glass of your favorite wine and enjoy your new creation. So that's how I ended my article. Well, what if they don't have a glass of wine, or they don't know what their favorite wine is, or they, say, hey, what are you talking about, favorite wine? Well, guess what? I'm going to give them a link. So I'm going to go back, open up a new tab, and open up another link for my webpage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them an internal link for my web page. So I'm going to find one of my wine pages I want them to go to. So I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to go to my wine category. My cooking, food, and wine. And I'm going to pick which one I want them to go to. Let's do this one. So this is going to pull up. And when it pulls up, I want to copy this right here. Oh, didn't get it all. And then I'm going to come back to my page I'm working on. Okay, and I'm going to come right here and I'm going to here. Okay, I'm going to say glass of your favorite wine. As soon as it decides that's what it wants to do. Okay, we'll link the whole thing. All right, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste that link. And this is the only place that you do not want it to open in a new tab because it's going back into your system. Okay, so I'm going to click that. I'm not going to open it in a new tab. However, I do want a picture. So I'm going to come here. And when my block opens, okay, I see you. You're done. All right, so that is finished. And I want to open up a new block. Oh, it's auto saving. Okay, that's why it won't let me do anything. So once that's done, all right, so now I want to open up a new image block right here, and I'm going to pull an image from my media library. I already have this image in here, so I don't need to upload it again. I'm going to go to my media library and make sure it's still in there. Your media library is any images that you've already used in your web page. It's saved in your media library. So all you have to do is come here and find it. So I'm going to see if I can find the one I want to use. She's here somewhere. Where is she? There she is. This is my signature little girl. I like using her. All right, so I got her. All right, and I'm going to write a little caption. First of all, I want her centered. I want to write a caption. Okay, and here I want them to go to my wine page on my direct sellers. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to my edit page. And I want to pull my wine link so that I can send people to register for my wine page. So once this pulls up, okay. Any day now. Let's see if I can go a different way. All right, so we will come here and grab it somewhere else. Maybe I don't have it here either. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come here and I'm just gonna pull my wine link. All right, so I'm just going to come here, click on edit, and copy this. I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to link this caption. And this, I do want it to open in a new page because this is going to my direct sellers. Okay. Oh, it did it again. I got to find out why I have this delay in my computer whenever I'm in my office on Saturdays. All right. Opening a new tab. Okay. And then I'm going to come here with my picture, and I'm going to do the same thing, but here I'm going to do wine. I'm going to put wine fun. Okay. And I'm going to link it to a custom URL. And then I'm going to link it. No, not that one. Where'd you go? Auto saving. Okay. Paste. And then this, I do want it to open in a new tab because I want them to go to my direct sellers link. So now I'm looking at this, and I want to go through and look and see if I have everything I want. It's exactly, they're linked to my new page. So now let's go down here and look at my Yoast or my Google information. So again, it likes everything now, my analysis. I still don't have my key density up the way they want it to. It still says it's 0.4. It wants it to be more than that. It's fine though. I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm still green. Let's look at this. Passive, I've dropped it a little bit because I changed some of my sentences around, but I'm still green overall, which is fine. You want to make sure you're green and green. So for all intents and purposes, my page is finished. And once I am finished with it, I just go through, make sure everything's the way I want it to look. It looks great. Like my pictures is all linked. Everything has a link in it for them to shop. And pets are taken care of. House projects, got my videos. So then I'm going to click on publish. And now my page is published. And I'm going to hit publish one more time just to make sure it did. Now it's publishing it. Okay, so now it's telling me my page is done. It says DY Projects is now live and searchable on Google. So that is how you create a page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to grab this link right here. I'm going to copy it, and we're going to go to Facebook. And get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go to Facebook. And I'm going to let people know, say thank you. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to write my Facebook article. I'm just telling everybody thank you for your great DIY project ideas. Okay. And then always put a picture or video to go with your Facebook. Anytime you're advertising or anytime you're putting anything out there, you always want to make sure you include a picture. Always. And I'm a big cartoon buff, so I have several. I love my Bugs Bunny. He goes with me everywhere. All right, and then I'm going to click share. You never put your link in your initial blog or your initial post. You always come down here in your comments and put your information. Okay. And then here's where you post your link. All right. Okay. And bam, there it goes. So now it shows a DIY project picture that's in my post. Got information here, visit, have them look at it. Here's my initial information. You see I actually have my logo on my picture here, so they can actually see my initial website. They can come and visit it. So in a roundabout way, I've let them know I have a website they can look at. And so there it is. But then they can actually come and visit my blog. So that's how you're going to post it out on Facebook. Actually, I'm going to come back here again, and I'm going to put it on my business Facebook. And these are going just to my business people that I've invited or that have signed up through post or advertisements that I've done that have come straight here. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to put the same post here. Might change it up a little bit so it don't look exactly the same. And I'll be showing you how to set up one of these. It's really simple, and it's still free, and for you to be using in your advertising.
Sheila, this is Constance. Can I ask you? I have already a business page. Can I get another one? I'm not sure how to do that.
They don't want you to have too many of them because then you trying to manage everything. So if you already have one, use it. Don't create another one. That's just too much. And just incorporate everything you're using. But yeah, you don't want to have too many pages out there. That's just too much to try to keep up with.
All right. But that was to work on my jewelry that I used to make. So I have to delete it all and
No. Just start using it. You can use it the same way if you've already got stuff out there, because you don't want to lose that following you've already created. You just want to add to it. So now just add your website with it, and just, if you're still doing jewelry, if not, you have jewelry companies you can market with. So yeah, just use that audience that you've created with that website, with that Facebook page, and just add your website with it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then I'm going to come here and do the same thing. I'm going to get a picture. I'm going to use a different picture. All right, and then I'm going to click share. Where'd it go? Oh. All right. So it's updating. So there's that, and then I'll do the same thing. Put that there. And so now I have it on several different places for them to be able to read. Great, exactly what I wanted. So that's how you will use your Facebook. You can do the same thing for your Instagram and all your other social medias, your LinkedIn account. And then what you can do, and what I'll do later, is I'll go ahead and create me a template. I'll probably use that same information I just used to post with, might change it up a little bit, and create a template on my ad page that I do for my running ads, and put it on Start Advertising, my DIY page. That will gain people that are looking for DIY projects. They'll come to my page, they'll read it, but they'll also have access to shop all the other offers that I have there. So that's how you get your links, how you create a page. So the other thing that someone was asking about was, how do you add a page? Same thing, it's very simple. You have two different options. You have up here where it says new, and you just click page, and that will create a whole new blank page for you to do. It totally will be blank, so you have to start from the scratch creating a title, which will be your header. The first thing that you create will be your header, will also be your permalink, which will be your page link. If you do a post, just remember, posts show up in one place and one place only. They cannot be put in your menu. Your posts show up on your home page, so you won't be able to index them into categories. So if you want to do a post, just remember it's on my home page, and that's where it stays unless you copy it and reapply it into a page. Your pages can be manipulated into individual pages, and then they can be added to different categories or subcategories within your menu system. So those are the difference between your pages and your post. But anytime you create, you always want to make sure that you create in a new page, unless, like I said, you want it to be on the front page, then you will do it as a post and it will show up on your home page always. Okay? So I'm going to open this up and see if there's anybody. If you have a question, hold on, let's see what's in our chats. Yes, Louis, that's exactly what I did was, you can create as many pages on any topic that you want, and then just grab your different links, your different offers that you have that you can use in that offer. I write at least a page a day. As you can see, I have over 30 drafts in there. I used to have more than that, but I create different topics, different ideas that I come up with. I keep a notebook with me always for different topics that I want to write about. Or if I hear people talking about something, while I'm in the grocery store or, at the ball field with my kid, my grandchildren, or sitting in this Taekwondo class, and I hear people talking about the same thing over and over and over again, then I was like, okay, that's a good topic. I need to go do some research on it. I need to see what's out there, because that means other people might be asking the same questions or looking for the same thing. And then I see what products I have, or what vendors I have, or companies I have that market that product or that service, and I write about it. That's what your website is. It's your marketing house. It's your mall, and you're creating the stores in it based on your writing and your pages you're creating. So yes, you have the option to go in and create. You don't need to put some of our offers, like our wine and coffee offers. You can do just one page with just that one offer and talk about it. Some of my offers, I always give them multiple options. Like with my chocolate, I do my chocolate, I do my flowers, I do my wine. It's a romance page. Like with somebody unmuted, so can you mute yourself real quick? The other thing, you want to give people options. Same thing with pet care. You can write a page based on just one offer you have for pet care, but if you have multiple offers, then give your customer multiple options. And just let them know, hey, here's one that does this particular one and it has a 50% discount on it, or let them know if you want your bed products or your, flea and tick medications, here's another company, that has this product this way, or just write about it. And then in your writing, like I did, just you decide on how you want to market it. But you always want to give your customers options. Just like when they go to the mall, you don't just have one store in your mall. You have several stores. They all market about the same thing. It's just individual preferences. So you want to also make sure your website's made up that way. You don't want it to be just geared to one specific type of person or type of clothing line or type of anything. You want it to be broad so that it reaches all types of people in all genres, all ages. The other thing is when you are, especially those that don't have Google AdSense, you don't want anything on your front page or your home page that is age specific. So you don't want wine on your home page because anybody can search the internet, so that you don't want them to see the first thing they see when they open up your page is a wine, unless you're advertising just that wine page. So for Google, they don't want that on there. They want it to be age appropriate for anybody to see your opening store. So that was the other thing. Be able to add anything you want in your website. I have been doing this for over a year. I pride myself on my writing, and I have built up all kind of people because they know my website gets indexed really well. I have a lot of traffic that come to my website. And these companies notice that, they watch that. So I have people all the time, companies all the time send me emails, welcome me to their affiliate program that I never registered for, but they're in the marketing house that I'm associated with, like with CJ. Crayola is in CJ. I've never applied for Crayola. I don't have, just got my grandkids, but they sent me, last month, that they welcomed me to their affiliate program. So that's where you want it. You want it to be built up so that you have a name with these affiliate programs so that they want you to market them. They come to you. You don't have to go to them. So that's what you want to build up. You always want to be there. You want to expand your horizons. That's why you don't want to be to the point to where you're just so one-sided, you only market one way, that you alienate yourself from other potential clients and even customers. So you want to expand your horizons and market anything that you see fit that are trending, that people's looking for, all people, not just one particular type. That doesn't say that you can't market heavily to one particular type, but you want to make sure that you have people have access to your system, because I'm not vegan. I love my meat, but I have several vegan and vegetarian friends. So I have pages in my web system dedicated to vegan and vegetarian, anywhere from clothing to food. So you want to make sure that your web page and your web system has that expanse. And it's going to take time to build it up. It's not going to be an overnight thing. But that's why your web system is always going to be your go-to. We have these wonderful anchor offers for our wine and our coffee. We have our Excel trip, our Bitcoin. We have, our merchant accounts. Those are our 5 anchor products. They're there, but you have this wide expanse, and all of it is going to be incorporated in your web system. That is your driving tool. Always, you never neglect your web pages. You never neglect your web system. I build up my wine club all the time. I'm always out there advertising my wine club, but I'm always, every day in my website, either creating pages or going back, modifying stuff that might be old that I need to refresh, that the traffic's kind of died down on it. So I need to refresh it, change some of my articles, maybe put in a fresh link. If I did a holiday link, and the holidays are over, then put in a fresh link. So I'm always in my website, because once it's on Google and it starts indexing, it runs itself. You just need to make sure it stays fresh so it stays where it's at or moves up. You never want your system to go down. And the reason it'll go down is because you're not maintaining it. Just like with any physical store, you have to maintain it. So you have a web store, a web mall. So you need to make sure that it has fresh stuff in it always. Never neglect your website. Never. You always want to make sure that you're adding to it and maintaining it. let's see. Okay. The reason you always want to add pictures when you're doing Facebook is because they get on the news feed faster. And you always want your stuff on news feeds. In the news feeds, when you go to Facebook, is you will see on there that you have your news feeds. And your news feeds are things that people can see that are not necessarily in your group or in related to you, or or in your friends profile. But the news feeds are things that anybody on Facebook can see. If it's trending, if it's so right here, you have your news feeds. And these are things that Facebook picks up that, hey, people are looking, like right here, this is in my news feed. But it's stuff that's been going out, all over the place. So you want to make sure that you have a picture, a video, something other than just your words. Your words are the last thing that show up. So if you have a video or a picture, it will get on a news feed. If it's just wording, they're not going to show that because you don't have anything to draw the eye. So whenever you're doing a Facebook post, Instagram post, any kind of post, even if you're doing a free ad post, you want to make sure that you have a picture, any picture that's related to your article that you're writing, because it gets better traffic. People are visual shoppers. People are visual news people. They want to see what is going on. They want to see what you're marketing. They want to visualize, hey, you're talking about wine. What does it look like? If it's just a bunch of words, they're going to click off of it. But if you got a picture, that picture is going to catch their eye first, and then they'll read what you have. So that's why you always want to make sure you have a picture in everything that you do, even your ads on your free ad sites. You always want to make sure you have that picture. Okay. So the only other thing we have left to go through is your response magic in your computer. So I'm going to open it up. If you have a question, just unmute yourself and let me know if you have any questions on what we just did.
Sheila?
Yes.
Did I miss it? Did you show how to open up a business?
No, I didn't. This is the same thing. Oh, you're fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to come, when you're on your Facebook, you're going to come here to where it says home, and it's going to open. Hold on a minute. My granddaughter, they're tickling my granddaughter. Steven, I'm recording, and please. It ain't Evie's fault. I'm sorry. My husband blamed it on my granddaughter. Anyway, so what you're going to do is when you log into your Facebook, you're going to come to your home, and it'll say your home page, and then you're going to see on your left-hand side, you see all your commands. So what you want to do is you're going to come down here where it says pages. And when it comes to pages, you can have the option to create a new page. And, they're different. See up here where it says create a new page. And then you can create that new page. I'm not going to create one because I already have two. This one is old. I thought I had deleted it, but apparently I didn't. And it's free. So once you come in here and create this new page, you can name it whatever you want to name it. You can put your profile or your picture, whatever you want to put it. And it'll be a new page, but it'll also be linked with your home Facebook page. But the thing about the new page is you have to invite people to come to it. Just because you have a Facebook page, those people are not automatically in your new page. So you're creating a whole new Facebook page. And in this page, it will ask you different questions, and you just answer the questions on how you want to use it, what's it for. If you want to put it as a business, you put it as a business. But you want to make sure that you still put a few personal things out there. People that come to here, they don't know my name. They don't know my family. All they know is Shop with Mama Chief. They see my avatar. That's it. They don't see pictures of my family. They don't have access to my friends list. So you invite people. And this is what when I go to do my advertising, even in my website, this is the web page that I use. So when I'm in my website and I'm like, link with me on Facebook, this is my Facebook page that people can come to, and they can read about my articles. They can read about my anything that I'm promoting, because this is all I'm promoting on here is my website. I don't promote family. I don't promote anything like that. They don't see pictures of my family. But this is where it is. Now, I did invite some of my people on my Facebook page to view my business page, and that's totally optional. But just remember, when you do that, they can link the two just like they can with anything else. But this is where I go out on when I'm doing my free ads on my website, or my free ads like classified for free, US net ads. And I want them to connect with me on Facebook. This is where it is here, because then if I get a weird one, somebody that's totally off base, I can block them, and they've never seen my name. They've never seen anything with my family. So it protects me in a way. So this is where you go and you just click that home, click on pages, and then create your pages and just follow the instructions there. It's really simple.
Great, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
don't know how I missed that.
Yep.
But,
And it's because a lot of people, when they come to their Facebook, they go straight to their Facebook and just come here and they just read about, or they come to their messages where they have messages, and they never look at the home page, which is the home page is where you get your news feeds, you get, games and everything like that. Most people come straight here to their personal page. But a lot of people don't go to their home page. So that's where you would find it is on your home page, and you would have all your different information there. There's some good stuff in there, but that's why you always want to make sure that you have that video or that photo, because you want it to be on that news feed so that other people can see it, especially when you create that new page, because even that will show up on that news feed. So you always want pictures in there. I don't try to overload it with pictures, but you want at least one good picture in there, so that represents whatever article you're writing, so that it gets on that news feed and gets exposure. Okay. All right.
I just have one more question about ClickBank.
Okay.
If I personally wanted to buy something I saw on ClickBank, I would have to go through ClickBank, not through my blog site. Correct?
No, whenever you click on ClickBank and there's something in there that you want to buy, just click on the link and purchase it. You can go through your system. They don't suggest it because you do get paid on it. So it's like you're getting your own commission. They don't like you to do that too often. The only place that you don't want to do that with at all is Google. You don't want to click on your own Google ads.
Okay.
But for the most part, you can buy from your own site, just not on your Google ads. But you don't want to do it too often.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Linda Marie, I'm not quite sure what that question mark means.
Sheila, it's Constance. Can I ask
Yes.
one more question?
Yes.
On the business page, I told you it has my picture and it has my name. I can change those, correct? Can I?
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
I don't have a following on that. It's, a long time ago. So I can change.
If it's still active, you can go in there and edit your bio, edit all your information in there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, do we have any more questions? No? Okay, so now we're going to go, someone was asking about, computer. Where do you get your computer address? So if you've signed up for computer and you've downloaded that SmartMiner, which I suggest everybody do, but if you have not signed up for computer, get with your instructor so you can get your link, because you do need a referral link from your instructor to sign up as an affiliate. Once you sign up as an affiliate, you will get this information right here, and it will tell you exactly your referral link. And here's your referral link, whatever it's going to be. And then once you get that, you want to make sure you do this right here. Download SmartMiner. You need a 64-bit computer minimum. If you have a netbook, a small notebook, whatever it's called, a notebook, it won't work. They're too small. They don't have the capacity to handle the programming. phones it won't work on, iPads it won't work on, Kindles it don't work on, Mac computers it does not, Mac and Apple computers it does not work on. So you want to make sure that you download that and run it. You can run it up to 5 personal devices that you have, and then you want to give it to as many people as you can. A lot of people are going to come up and say, hey, this is pulling up on my what do you call it, your security information, and it will. And the reason it does is because it's mining information from your computer, but it doesn't go anywhere. So it's clocking Bitcoin based on the data used in your computer. So, you know, you will get a red flag from your program, your virus program. McAfee will always do it, but we do have a workaround McAfee. Norton is notorious. Even though you accept it, for whatever reason, it will not let it run. Avast is the best program out there, because once you tell Avast, hey, we're going to, you know, that's in my exceptions, it will allow it to run until you do an update, and then you have to put it in your exceptions again. But I promise you it is secure. It does not take your information and distribute it anywhere. It's just generating Bitcoin based on the data and information that you use within your own system. So it's not going anywhere, but because it is gathering data information, it does raise a red flag with virus protection. So that's the only thing, but do download that. Mine, I watch mine every day. I got one computer. It stays open 24 hours a day. The other day I had 2 columns of where people were on. You check your traffic and out there, and you can see how many people have come to your site. This is a great one. I've had 301 visits in my site. And out of that, I've got 53 people that have signed up. So I got 53 people mining Bitcoin. So that works great for me. So this is another way that you can see how many people has come to your site. So I've got 301 people that have visited my site also. So it's been noted. So you have all kind of different ways that you can look at different things. So that's where you want to get your computer. If you have not signed up for computer, get with your instructor, get their referral link, come in, sign up as you're an affiliate. Once you sign up as an affiliate, you will see your referral link right here. And then you want to download that Smart Miner so you can start mining your Bitcoin. So does that answer the question for Smart Miner or for your computer? Okay. Good. All right. So the other one that we had, and this is the last one that I have.
Is it Sheila?
Yes.
Sorry. The question I had on the computer was, it told me that my payment method wasn't set up, and told me to click here, and then it told me to go to.
Yes, you have to have a Bitcoin wallet.
Yes, and I did that. I got my wallet ID. Mm-hmm. But then when I log into it, it tells me to go get the Bitcoin address. And I follow the instructions to go under settings, and then from settings go to addresses. But I don't see anything saying addresses. So when you go to your Bitcoin, log back into your Bitcoin wallet, where it gave you your Bitcoin wallet, and go to the settings there, it will give you the Bitcoin address. It's a weird number. It's a weird looking thing. It'll say address. Okay. All right. Let me try that. Now, if I still have an issue, I'll Skype you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see. Got a couple more chats. Okay, with Bitcoin, it mines in 100,000ths. So that 65 means in Bitcoin dollars. Now, it doesn't transfer to actual dollars until it gets a certain point. And yeah, you cannot do it if it has a 32-bit. It won't do it at all. It doesn't have enough memory. You have to have a 64, at least 64, for it to do it. So, this is actually just telling me, how much money I've mined so far in Bitcoin. Once you get to 3.0, MPTs, then you can cash it out. And that will tell you when you're running your miner. Let's see, I'll pull up mine. And I'll show you what your Bitcoin, oh, no, wait a minute, it's already running. Hold on. No, not Skype. I'll pull up my Bitcoin, let you see how it's running. So this is my Bitcoin. So I got 4 people that are actively on right now. Their computers are up, running, and they're mining. So this right here is telling me what my balance is. This right here, based on my computer data that I'm using, is telling me how much money I will make per BTC. So $3,827.53 once this goes to 1 BTC is what I can log out for as dollar amounts. So today, so far, I've made $2.51 just by my computer running. So that's what that 0.65 means in dollar amounts. Now, once this hits 3.0, I can cash it out into actual dollars and put it in my Bitcoin wallet and then convert it to cash and send it to my bank account. And it can just depending on what the Bitcoin converts to right now. Right now, this is what it converts to. Once it hits that amount, then and I cash it out, it can be anywhere from $30 to $40 a month, or it can be up to $2,000 to $3,000. So it just depends on how fast this mines, how much it's mining, how many people I have mining and coming in. So, and then once it converts, it'll send me an email and it'll say you've reached 3.0 whatever. Do you want to convert or continue to run it? And always convert right then, because you never know what the market's going to do. You don't know if it's going to go up, come down. You definitely don't want it to come down. So I always convert and put it in my wallet. Once you get it in your wallet, then you have the option that you can go in and buy Bitcoin to mine, or you can go to your stake base and you can use that Bitcoin that you have and stake it, and sort of like putting it in a market, a stock market. So you have several different options once you get in there. I'm still learning it because it's something new, but the United States is the only one that is behind on this. All the other countries are using Bitcoin. This is one of the few areas that the United States is behind everybody else. Everybody else is already in the Bitcoin wave. So it's getting to the United States slowly but surely. But here we already have the means to go ahead and mine it and get our feet in the door, so that when it does hit, you already have a claim in it, so that the banking system, because that's right now is what's holding it up in the United States, is the banking system is trying to get the market on it, so that if you want Coinbase or Bitcoin, you have to go through the banking institutions to get it. So that's a good marketing tool that you can use for people that are like, well, I don't know what Bitcoin is, never heard of it. As soon as you tell them, well, if you don't get it now, the bank's going to corner it, you have to get it from the bank. All of a sudden, it was like, okay, I can do it for free now. Yep, you can do it for free now. But that's just free money you have. And I just let mine sit and run. I'll never check it. If they send me an email, good. If they don't, it's still running. It's just free money based on your computer use. And you can come in, check it about once a month. Mine runs all the time unless my computer doesn't update. And I come in, if this isn't on, then I know my computer did an update. It shut everything down. I just come back in and run it again. And as long as somebody or your referrals are running, you still market. You don't have to have yours up for your referral to be coming up. You're still making money if everybody that is referral, your personal referrals, as long as they're running it, you're still making money. So it still counts. All right, so let's see. All right, so and then the other one, our last one that we have is for your Response Magic. So then in your Response Magic, what you will do is after you log in and you want to create a bulk email, okay, then you're going to go to send and you can do an email broadcast. All right. And, then you're going to pick which one of your lead sources that you have. And we're going to do, And you're going to and make sure you always do. And here is where you're going to create a new message. All right. You always want it in HTML format. You want it to go to all of your contacts, and you're going to proceed. And if you're not sure how you want it to do, what you want to do, or how it works, you see right up here, it's got this wonderful training video. It's about 15, 20 minutes. You can watch, shows you exactly how you need to do it, because you want to make sure you do it right. If you don't, then you're going to end up with something weird up here. The mass email that goes out, even though you send it out as a mass email, it will go out to each individual person, and that's the only email that they see, is that particular email. They don't see all the other people you've emailed it to, which is a wonderful tool because it makes that person feel like they're the only ones that got it, makes them feel special, that they're not part of a chain. So you will go here and you will just create your message. You always want to put your subject line in here. You will create your message. Make sure you put the brackets up in there. I'm trying to remember which ones they are. So you're going to do your little cursor here. I've got to click on it. So you're going to do your cursor, and this is explained in the video. You're going to do first name, your cursor, you know, and then write your text. And once you write your text, you know, just going to say test. Okay, test for Saturday. And then it gives you the option to save it. You always want to save an email, especially if it's one you want to use over and over again. So you always want to make sure you save it. And then you can click your preview so you can see how it's going to look. So you click your preview, and that lets you know if you've done something wrong. A lot of people won't check that preview because, see, if you didn't do it right, then you wouldn't see John. You would see exactly what you typed. And it will tell you what your score is, your spam score. Most of the times it's going to tell you after you finish and you actually click it, it'll tell you what your spam score is. Your spam score means if it has a high score on spam, then it's going to go to their junk mail. If it's a low score, most likely it will show up in their regular mail. So you always want to look at that. Everything that you send out that's going to have a link in it, most of the time is going to go to their spam unless they are on your mailing list already. And most of the time they will send you, you know, you need to let your students or whoever know that, hey, check your spam mail, and click me as not spam, because it will give, if it's got a high score, it will go to the spam. Then you can look at it, see if that's how you want it. Yes, that's great. Then you click close, and then you want to hit save. And then when you hit your save, it saves it in your email, bulk email, and then you can click send, and it sends it to whoever. Please enter your subject message. Oh, all right. So, and then, you know, just hit send, or once you send it, it'll be good. And then just close it. Yeah, I'm gonna close it without sending it. And then if you ever want to, you know, see what you've done, you can just go to your email broadcast, and it'll show you what you've done, when you've done it. If you've got any pending broadcasts, it'll show you the last time you sent out a broadcast. And then if you want, whenever you go to send an email, again, you want to send an email and you want to use the existing email, then you do the same thing. You just click existing email, you go to proceed, and then it gives you the option to pull up all the emails that you've saved. Okay, and see right here, the one I just did, Saturday training, I will click that. It will put in exactly the information that I typed. I would hit proceed, it will fill it out and send it. So that's how you want to go ahead, you know, always save any email that you potentially will reuse. And then when you do your mass email, you're just going to go to your email, number 2, send, and it will pull up all the lists that you've made, and you just click on all the lists that you want to send the email to. You set your date that you want to send it and your time. If it's after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, anytime after 2 o'clock, then you want to make sure that you're going to ask it to send it the day before. So the time to send will be here and everything like that. So you want to make sure that you send it early enough. Most people check their emails first thing in the morning or late in the afternoon. Very few people check their emails during the middle of the day. So if you have something that's going on at nighttime, like our 9 o'clock training, then you want to send that Monday, the day before, to remind them that you have a Tuesday training or Wednesday training. If you have a Wednesday training, send it to them on Tuesday to remind them. And that's how you create your email. And if, like I said, if it's one that you're going to use over and over again, then you want to make sure that you save it and give it a name so that you know, hey, I'm just going to pull up this existing email. I'm going to send it on this date, and everything is saved for you. All you have to do is just put in your dates and your times, and boom, it's done. Okay. All right, so do we have any questions on that? All right, so if not, I'm going to open this up and see if anybody has anything they want to say, and I'm going to be done.
Hey, Sheila, I can't get back to getting into Response Magic. I changed the password and attached the password, and it won't let me in. It's just like I've been going crazy with trying to get in there. I know what I've done wrong.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get it.
No,
and
you've been a big
recording
help,
of the
Sheila.
meeting.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I heard something, but who was that?
Oh, this is Dave. I was just saying you've been a big help. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You have any questions for me?
No, not at this time. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So if anybody has any questions, Wenderlin, I got to get that one. No? No questions?
Hey, Sheila,
Uh-huh.
on one of the trainings, it gave us the option to save the training, the text that we're coming across on the training. I saved it, but I don't know where it's at. How do you find it?
It's probably, no, you're not using it. It's more than likely if you saved it in your computer, then you're going to have to type in your search when you go to computer. If you have Corona, just type in search and then the name. But more than likely, it's going to either be in your OneNote or it's going to be in your document folder, and just look for that date that you saved it. But most of the time, whenever you go to save something, you always want to tell it to save it as, and then you distinguish and determine which folder you're going to put it in.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Well,
if
it's the first time I ever done it, so I wasn't privy to that. I just saved it.
if it saved it, then more than likely, if you go to, like with me here on Windows, if I click on my Windows or click on my Corona right here, and just type in a date or something like that, or if you go to your document folder here, it has all your documents. Most of the time it's going to be saved either in your libraries right here under your documents. And you can just go in there and search it. And just, or your quick access or your recent downloads, you can look in there too to see where it was. But most of the time it's either going to be either in your downloads or your documents, anything that you save. And you just have to go in there and find it if you didn't specify which folder you wanted it to be put in.
All right. Well, I didn't. I just saved it.
Okay. All right. We got any more questions?
A question about Response Magic. Is there a way to, like, the bulk emails for, like, the Saturday training sessions, is there a way to put it, so to speak, on automatic pilot where you tell it, send this out every Friday morning?
No, that's the only thing. Is because it's date specific. You can't go in and do that. So you have to tell it, go in, if you're going to do it on that day. Like I said, Sundays are my days to where I go in and do things like that. So if I know I have emails that need to go out that week, then I go ahead and schedule them all on Sunday night. Then I don't have to worry about it the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? That's why I say your calendar is very important, because I always schedule a day, after everything's quiet, and usually Sunday is my day or late Saturday night to go in and take care of everything that needs to be taken care of for my following week. And then that way I can concentrate on my students that week, setting up appointments, you know, getting on the phones with the new students and creating my pages. Like I said, I'm always creating, updating, getting new stuff because you want to make sure your website stays fresh and innovative. You don't want it to be, you know, stagnant. So let's see, I got more questions.
How will we know you'll be here next Saturday or not?
I will know, as of right now, I'm going to say I'm going to be here. And if anything changes, I will reach out to those that I have access to, and those that don't, I will reach out to your instructor and let them know that I won't be able to. But as it looks right now, I should be able to get on there. Okay.
All right, thank you.
And if y'all have anything y'all want to go over, just make note of it and let me know when we get on there, because I always ask at the beginning of each one of our sessions, you know, is there something specific that you need? If not, then most likely what I'm going to do is, you know, I'll be the one to, you know, just do exactly what I need to do based on what your instructors have given me. Okay. All right. So if we're good, then I'm going to call it a day. And
thank you.
As soon as this is completed, uploading, I will send it to my YouTube, and you can watch it. Usually by the end of the day, it'll be out there. And so you can go there and view it. And
do they stay there, or
yes,
do all these videos stay there?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I can watch ones from, I don't know how long you've been teaching, but
yes, they're all there. If you just go onto YouTube and type in Mama Chief, it should show up.
all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's a question I was fixing to ask.
Sheila,
Yeah.
don't you have that special entry number that when you go to YouTube?
That if you go to YouTube, here's my YouTube channel. Let's see.
I mean, I do have it, but that's what I was telling you. I have a problem.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not pulling up for you. But yeah, if you it should, or just, you know, type in my name, Sheila Matchett, or Mama Chief, and I'll send it back to you.
I'm sure I have it, but I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
giving up at this point. I'm so frustrated. I mean, I've gotten them and I've saved them to my library, but I still want to be able to get back to you. And
Yeah,
only
and
if I go
yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and copy it right now and send it. And it could be that I copied it and sent it to you before it finished downloading, and it just might not have gotten everything. So I'll wait till it finishes downloading. But this is my YouTube channel for those that can see. And it has all of the instructions, the trainings that are on there that I've done. I have them dated so that they're there, and you can go there and have a look at them.
Yep, that's what I have written down on the piece of paper.
That's probably why I'm going to go ahead and copy it now and resend it, and we'll be there.
Me too, so I can put it on a page that I can go click on. I was trying to do this morning. I don't have it. It disappeared out of my chat. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send it to everybody.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to call it a day. Those that need to go, we're done. And y'all have a wonderful day. Work on your pages, talk to people, you know, and those that have not gotten into the anchor offers, get with your instructor, see what you need to do if that's something you think you're interested in, and we'll get you started, okay? But work on your
Thank you,
system,
Sheila.
get your links done, you know, because you are live on Google. You just are not indexed up on the first pages, but your site is live. So you want to make sure you have all your links done and completed, because you don't want people shopping on your system and you still have your template there. So work on it as much as you can. And if you need any help with anything, get with the instructor. If they're not available, I'm here. Just Skype me. Okay. All righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Too.
All right.
You as
Bye-bye.
well. All right. Bye.
I want to leave. Like that.